The following program is a special presentation brought to you by WXOW 19.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 edition of Countdown to Kickoff. The Friday night lights ready to burn brightly once again. Over the next half hour, we'll preview many of our area teams and bring you some unique feature stories as well. We begin on a lighthearted note, full of good times and plenty of jokes. News 19's Colton Emsweiler has more on how some guys in West Salem are having fun in their game day roles.
When looking at the field during a game, you'll see all the players on both teams, not to mention the coaches and officials. But there's one group that often gets overlooked, and in West Salem, they can be summed up with just 3 words. Move those chains!
Both get that in here. Ready? Here we go. Got it. Hey, what are you guys doing? Well, we're going to...
It's a party on the West Salem sideline. Members of the Panther Chain Gang have become internet sensations with their comedy sketches on social media. Being part of the action lets them stay close to their kids during game day, while the videos get put together by true professionals.
Yes, hold on a moment. It's the NFL. They want to see if we're available on Sunday.
Well, we normally do it in a few different takes, and the planning is usually done in one day. Well, it's hard for me to do any editing on my flip phone, so I usually leave that to somebody who's a little bit more technologically advanced.
The group is all in with their online personas, even having a website complete with merchandise, yes, merchandise, or sales help benefit the West Salem football program, as well as lore for all of the members of the Chain Gang, dad jokes and all.
So one neat thing about the Panther Chain Gang is that we're all fluent in multiple languages. So we can all speak English, and we're also very fluent in sarcasm. So if you aren't fluent in sarcasm, you may not get the humor of the Chain Gang.
But they actually do take their gigs seriously on Friday nights, even adding some quality of life improvements to make things easier for everyone involved.
Well, it turns out almost every Friday night we need a little extra horsepower. We also added this first down line to gain arrow so that if the up sticks fall down, the player with the ball still knows where the first down line is.
And new members have to undergo an initiation process.
Rookie!
But should they forget how to count to 4, it could result in a penalty up to and including termination.
They would definitely be harassed, would have to go back to training camp, and they probably would have an administrative leave for probably 5 games.
What's 2 plus 2?
That's a tough one. 3?
Thanks, Colton. They'll be in action tomorrow night, or Friday night, I should say, by the way. We begin our team previews with the MVC. Onalaska is used to occupying a spot at or near the top annually, and they look to contend again in 2023. The Hilltoppers are the defending MVC champs. They only returned 6 starters from a team that was 7-0 in conference, 12-1 overall. That's not a lot of returners, but head coach Tom Yashinsky has a simple way of reloading, and they have some weapons to work with. They averaged 37 points a game last season, and there's reason to believe they can be as explosive, if not more so, this season.
I think our ground game, I think, is going to improve a lot. I think our offensive line's at a spot where we've learned a lot from last year, and we can really excel. Obviously, we like our quarterback, Adam Skifton, and the group of receivers that we have. So it's something that we're going to build off of just and keep trying to each week get a little bit better at.
I'm pretty confident with our team that we have this year. We have some returning starters, and it's huge to have a returning starter in your quarterback who's a great leader for our team, and I'm just pumped to go out here with the guys.
Well, the Logan Rangers take the field knowing they haven't made the playoffs since 2018 and haven't had a winning overall record since 2016. They're looking to restore some glory on the north side, but there is optimism for Logan this fall with the return of 8 starters and 12 seniors. Those 8 starters return at key positions.
We got some really good skill kids returning, Johnny Lever and Bradley Check, Nick Jolly, some kids that were big-time varsity players for us last year that need to step up for us again.
I think we bring a lot of senior leadership back, and we're doing a good job of instilling it into the younger generations that we need to have more intensity and we need to bring our program back to where it once was.
Across town, the Central Riverhawks return after going 4-6 last season. More than half their starters on both sides of the ball are back, and 20 seniors are on the roster. Head coach Mitch Olson expects to be in a lot of games and for the strength of his team to lie in the trenches, and it all starts in the practice field.
Yeah, you know, I think in order for us to have a good year, we've just got to come out and be consistent with our effort and practice every single day. And there's no cheating the hard work, and our kids know that. We fully expect them to come out and have a good fall camp here and then be ready to go for the season.
I think we're going to do pretty good. We're changing some stuff up, and we got a couple guys who are athletes and they can make plays, so I think we'll be all right. We got a couple plays that, you know, I can't specify, but we also got a couple new guys who are in different positions, so we'll see. If they can perform well at those positions, we'll be all right.
In Sparta, head coach Adam Dow's expectations are the same every year. They expect to be competitive in the MVC while taking positive steps. That includes going 1-0 every week, which starts by winning every day on the practice field. There's plenty of youth throughout this Spartans lineup.
Well, I think anytime you look at your skill set of your players, you try to get them in the best positions for their skill sets. So we've been tinkering with some different things so that we can get our athletes the ball out in space. Overall, we don't necessarily change what we do. We try to create a playbook that can utilize the athletes we have.
I just see, like, if we can run the ball on everyone, then, like, we don't really need to pass the ball much. I mean, I love passing the ball, don't get me wrong, but if we can run the ball and we can be successful and pound the run, I mean, I'll take that all day.
Holman is looking for a return to the top of the MVC. They returned 12 starters from a team that went 5-5. Naturally, they want to form their own identity this season, but there's a lot to hang on to from last season. Holman won their last 5 regular season games after losing their first 4. It did more than just salvage the season. It's provided a launching point for this season.
I think we're going to keep the ball rolling into this year. We ended on a good note, and I think that motivated everybody to work extra hard in the offseason, like I said. And yeah, we're expecting to keep that going through this season.
Yeah, anytime you can build momentum at the end of a season, it usually, spills into the next year. First 4 games we have, again this year is a lot of really good competition against really good opponents. So we got to have our A game ready to go. So anything we can take from last year will be great.
Toma has won just 2 games total in the last 2 seasons, but head coach Joe Prance says the strength of his team is in their leadership and physicality. But the one word that best describes the club this year's experience. The Timberwolves have 16 seniors and 15 returning starters this year, some of the highest numbers for any school in our area, something they hope serves them well.
Well, it does great for our team here. We got a lot of players that played a lot of varsity football as sophomores, juniors, so got a lot of reps the last few years, so hopefully we can turn that into some wins this year and use their leadership on the field and off the field and get after it this season.
Marabou and Reedsburg will also be in the mix for a conference title run this season. Both finished 5-2 in conference play and in a 3-way tie for second place last season. Still to come, we meet a father-sons duo who team up on the football field and the racetrack. Plus more season previews. We're back in a flash.
Countdown to kickoff. This News 19 sports special is brought to you by Ultra Federal Credit Union, Carpets to Go, Western Technical College, and Gunderson Health System.
Update your roof and get 11% off everything at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense for protecting your home. And Owens Corning shingles are the #1 most trusted brand by contractors. Choose from over 50 styles and get ultimate protection with a limited lifetime warranty and up to 130-mile-per-hour wind warranty. Save on your entire roofing project and get 11% off all Owens Corning shingles right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you ready to get more from your checking account? Ultra's A-plus accounts are built with more in mind. More ways to stay connected to your finances with online and mobile banking. More secure ways to pay with contactless debit cards and mobile wallet, so you can make purchases without slowing down. More money in your pocket with better rates, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees. Open your account online and start getting more from your checking account. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Think carpets to go for back-to-school savings. During the back-to-school sale, all dorm room carpet remnants are on sale. Cut pile carpets start at just $156 per square foot. In-store, click-together luxury vinyl planking starts at just $349 per square foot. Ask about available 6-month financing. You can save big on whatever you want on your floor during the back-to-school sale going on now at Carpets to Go in Onalaska.
And welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. We're going to take a step away from the practice field for a moment and try to answer the question of what football coaches do over the summer. News 19's Colton Emsweiler has more on how the man leading Melrose Mindoro takes the reins in another sport.
Nowadays, Torrey Lockington focuses on being the head football coach in Melrose Mindoro.
Back to him, back to him, back to him. There you go.
But over the summer, he and his 2 sons race several classes of stock cars. The family has a history in motorsports, and they decided to pick it back up in recent years. Cheering as a father brings the elder as much pleasure as winning does.
Yeah, it's kind of fun actually on the track when we're racing against each other, and they want to beat me and I want to beat them. And tell you what, if I'm towards the back and one of my kids are out front and they're watching them win and do well, that's just as exciting as me being up front. It's a joy to be on a track racing with them and then watching them do well too.
It's a heavy investment, but the personal and competitive satisfaction makes the effort worth it as the Lockingtons get locked in on the track.
Really nice. It's good to work together. We all enjoy watching each other race and watching each other win all the time. It's really fun. You got to work together as a team racing. We got a team right now. We're leading the state in points, but also, you got to focus on your own things.
Both sons played football as their game of choice before hopping in the driver's seat, and the difference between the 2 sports is black and white.
Football for me was a lot more of fun with friends, and they had that good competition aspect. It was a lot of playing with all the guys and stuff, and this is a lot more individualized, so it's a lot more working on my car, doing stuff, and kind of getting rewarded from all my own stuff, not including an entire team with it. So,
from high school to hobby stock and 6-shooter, Lockington Racing has several cars to manage, and it's hard to tell what needs to be done to each of them.
I would say it kind of depends on the week. Some weeks we can load them up and they're good for the next week, just check a few things over. If they get hit and wrecked, we got to put some new parts on them and straighten them out and tune them up a little bit. But for the most part, not too bad, but there are weeks where we do spend, 10, 20 extra hours on them, getting them all ready.
But having a dad as your football coach and racing manager offers some unique perspective for his sons.
He teaches me a lot. I get off the track. He tells me what I could do better, what I did good. It compares a lot.
Racing is definitely a little more relaxed. Football, you get a headbutt with each other a little bit. This is a little more relaxed, fun to work on, and not as strict with it.
It's all just a way to build a family bond, one left turn at a time. For News 19 Sports, I'm Colton Emsweiler.
All right, let's continue our team previews with the Coulee Conference and the 2-time defending Division 5 state champs, Aquinas. The Blue Golds have been blue golden the last 2 seasons. They could be primed for another run. They return 11 starters from last year's squad. It's an experienced team that's played in a lot of high-profile games over the last 2 seasons. Defending a state title comes with a lot of responsibility, but there's also a lot of pride.
Well, we told our guys that, they've got a standard to live up to. But we're not defending anything. We get to make our own legacy this season, and that's their job to really build off of that, but make it their own.
There's a little bit of pressure with it, but just trying to focus one game at a time and just try not to look in the past. It's a new year, and it's a new team, and obviously our goal is to get back there and win another state championship, and I think we are definitely capable of doing that.
West Salem also finished the season at Camp Randall as the Division 4 state runner-up. They're ready to make another run for it this year. The defending Coulee Conference champ has a unique makeup to their squad. They have a high number of seniors returning, 17 of them, but they don't have a ton of experience. West Salem has just 6 returning starters.
Our guys really understand that it's about having standards and expectations in the program and living up to those. And when that happens, good things can come our way. There's a lot of things that have to make a season in that regard special. But if we keep our checklist in front of us, we're going to have a good thing.
This team has a lot of potential. I see a lot of the same skills that was on the team last year, and people who really want to do what we did last year, because everyone saw how fun that was to go play at Camp Randall, and so obviously that's in the back of everyone's mind. So everyone's just trying as hard as they can. So I'm really optimistic for this season.
And this will be West Salem's second season in the Coulee Conference. And down the Lutefisk Highway we go, where Westby will dress a baker's dozen seniors and just as many returning starters. Westby finished 6-4 last year, one win improvement from the year prior. Head coach Andy Hulst has his team focused on week 1 at Richland Center, and getting some early wins can help boost their spirits for what's next.
Realistically, I think that we should be competing with some of these teams for our conference, West Salem, Aquinas, GET, you know, Arcadia will be better. So it's a very, very tough conference. Obviously, we've seen that over the last couple of years with Aquinas winning state twice the last 2 years and West Salem getting to state. So it's hard to get on that level, but that's where we're hoping to get this year.
GET is ready to continue as an ascending program again. The Red Hawks went 5-5 last season under first-year head coach Paul Anderson, a major jump from a single victory in 2021. The expectation is to make the playoffs with a junior and senior class the staff gives high praise to. Now entering year 2, Anderson has noticed some differences compared to last season.
You got some time to over the winter to off-season kind of evaluate. Self-evaluate and evaluate the players and get a program in that you want to do, and some weight room stuff, off-season stuff that you're try to implement.
And Derek Updike returns for his 20th season as the head coach at Arcadia. It's been quite a run. The Raiders only have 4 returning seniors and 10 returning starters, so they have a young team. Coach Updike says the team's great attitude and versatility are Arcadia's strengths this season. It was a top-heavy conference last season. Black River Falls returns 9 starters on both sides of the ball, but they're still a young team, which should bode well for the future. The Tigers will be a run-heavy squad that will rely on an experienced offensive line. And still to come, we'll tell you about a couple of longtime rivalries that are about to come to an end this season, plus more season previews.
Do you know where your money's going? Ultra's online and mobile banking gives you instant access to your accounts and makes managing your finances easy. Halfway around the world or at your local neighborhood shop. No need to visit a branch to deposit checks, transfer money, or open new accounts. All of those and more are available right at your fingertips. Check your spending, make loan payments, and send money to your friends and family. Convenient banking that gives you control of your finances. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Think carpets to go for back-to-school savings. During the back-to-school sale, all dorm room carpet remnants are on sale. Cut pile carpets start at just $156 per square foot. In-store, click-together luxury vinyl planking starts at just $349 per square foot. Ask about available 6-month financing. You can save big on whatever you want on your floor during the back-to-school sale going on now at Carpets to Go in Onalaska.
There's a spot. It's not marked by an X, and it's not anywhere on a map. It comes from within, and it's defined by you. Where passion meets compassion. Where technology meets application. Where your path finds its way. Western Technical College, where your future is finally clear.
And welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. Logan and Central will hold their annual battles with Eau Claire North and Memorial this year once again. But News 19's Colton Emsweiler tells us why things are going to be bittersweet this time around.
For 115 years, schools from La Crosse and Eau Claire have gone toe-to-toe on the gridiron, with generations of fans cheering on their favorite team with the hopes of seeing a victory on Friday nights. However, there are some major changes on the way that won't just be felt here at Central, but up on the north side as well. You see, Eau Claire North and Memorial are joining the Wisconsin Valley Conference in 2024, and in order to preserve their local matchups, they decided to drop the Rangers and Riverhawks from their non-conference schedules, meaning that this year is effectively the final chapter in the historic rivalry between all the teams involved.
It all started back in 1908 when the team, simply known as La Crosse and Eau Claire, squared off for the first time. The boys from the Coulee region defeated their Chippewa Valley foes 10-4 in that contest. Fast forward to the 2020s, where the modern-day leaders of Logan and Central spoke with us on how they feel about the change.
We're going to miss playing the Eau Claire schools. It's been a great tradition that we've had going on here for a long time. So it's the final chapter of that book, and we're hoping it's a good chapter for us.
It's been a good start for us. I think it's been a good barometer for our program each year to see how we can fit in against the Eau Claire schools. And as much as I enjoyed that, I'm also looking forward to something different.
But there's no need to worry for any football fans in need of a little nostalgia. There's still one more chance to see all the teams play against each other this season, and it all starts this week as Logan battles Memorial on Friday evening, while Central takes on Eau Claire North on Thursday, as all four clubs will look to assert Western Wisconsin's superiority before the storied rivalry between the two cities officially comes to an end. For News 19 Sports, I'm Colton Emsweiler.
Thank you, Colton. Let's continue with some more previews. The Cashton Eagles are primed to soar over the Scenic Bluffs again. They ended Bangor's long run as conference champs last season. The Eagles are positioned to be the favorite again this year. They have 15 seniors returning. That's a big number for a small school. It's a group that has experienced double-digit wins in each of the last 2 seasons.
You know, their whole life they've been, a big group of kids. One of the bigger, classes in the school in the last, few years. So having that, this is their season, and this is it for them, not just in football, but, basketball or wrestling and baseball and track. So this is their year, and they've been finally get to be the seniors of the school.
Well, the bar is still raised for the Luther Knights. This will be the 3rd year Luther has been a member of the Scenic Bluffs for football. They've gone 12-9 overall the last 2 seasons. A far cry from the days when the program struggled. A lot of fresh faces will be asked to lead the team this season, however.
And for the program, it's just built the excitement. It's just exploded. Guys working in the off season, and it's helped. There's winning tradition in various sports here at Luther High, and you can just feel it. The boys are wanting, and they expect themselves to do well too.
Bangor has been a perennial power, and the Cardinals figure to be a Scenic Bluffs Conference title contender again this year. The Cardinals have 11 seniors returning. Bangor went 11-2 last season, but saw their run of 7 straight conference titles come to an end. That is serving as motivation this season.
We got to come back hard this year, because last year, losing to Cashton was hard, and so we got to come back and take back the conference and hopefully have another deep playoff run, because we have the talent to do so.
The DeSoto Pirates have set sail in their 2nd season in 8-man football, hoping to pillage some more wins. They're a consistent winning program under longtime head coach Ev Wick, and they didn't miss a beat last season, going 8-2. Only 16 total players and 3 seniors make up the team, but there's no signs of slowing down.
Offensively, we feel they're a little ahead of last year, just because we did have some transition going into the 8-man offense and the defense and stuff. So we like where we're at right now, and the kids are working hard every day.
More team previews on the way as Countdown to Kickoff, the 2023 version, rolls on after this 2-minute warning.
Countdown to Kickoff. This News 19 Sports Special is brought to you by Ultra Federal Credit Union, Carpets to Go, Western Technical College, and Gunderson Health System.
Turn the key and open the door to your next home with a home loan from Ultra. With a variety of loan options, from buying your very first home to building the home of your dreams, we're here to help make it happen with a local connection you trust. Our professional loan experts are with you every step of the home buying process and through the life of your loan, making it easy to handle your finances and getting you back to what matters most. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Think carpets to go for back-to-school savings. During the back-to-school sale, all dorm room carpet remnants are on sale. Cut pile carpets start at just $156 per square foot. In-store, click-together luxury vinyl planking starts at just $349 per square foot. Ask about available 6-month financing. You can save big on whatever you want on your floor during the back-to-school sale going on now at Carpets to Go in Onalaska.
There's a spot. It's not marked by an X, and it's not anywhere on a map. It comes from within, and it's defined by you. Where passion meets compassion. Where technology meets application. Where your path finds its way. Western Technical College, where your future is finally clear.
Well, Minnesota teams are starting practice this week. Caledonia is returning another strong squad under legendary head coach Carl Frichte. The Warriors return 8 starters from a team that went 8-3 overall last season. It's a program that's rediscovered its winning mojo. They made it to the section championship last season, and that has set the stage for a great offseason for a program that is used to being in the state spotlight.
You know, we feel like we're going to have the typical, good speed, good quicks, great effort. Just play extremely hard and see what happens. I mean, to me, that's the most important thing to get through to young men is to play hard and to just take care of your teammates and come together as a brotherhood.
Perhaps no team made a bigger jump than La Crescent Hoka, who went from 0 wins in 2021 to 5 last season. The Lancers returned 9 starters from a team that finished 5-5 and won a playoff game. Head coach Terry Donovan has been the architect of this turnaround.
It was kind of a little bit of culture shock last year on stuff, so expectations are a huge thing with our guys, and they came back, just knowing a little bit more and a little more what the expectation is, and responded really well to start.
I think we're going to be very fast-paced, very physical, and I think we're going to win a lot of games.
Spring Grove came within a whisker of winning the 9-man state title last season. They returned 4 starters from that team that went 13-1. However, head coach Cody Moore tells us the team lost star quarterback Elijah Solom to a knee injury. But Coach Moore says getting close to winning it all will provide great incentive this season. Folks, that'll do it for Countdown to Kickoff. So glad you could join us. Enjoy the Friday Night Lights, everyone.